Senator John Kennedy, Republican from Louisiana, member of the Senate Judiciary Committee. And Senator, I believe you will be asking questions today. Is that correct, sir?
That is correct. And I'm delighted that Mr. Zuckerberg has accepted our invitation. I come in peace. I don't want to have to regulate Facebook. But, Stuart, we've got a problem. I mean, we've discovered that, how can I say, there's some impurities in the Facebook punch bowl. One of them has to do with our privacy. I think it's swell that I can go on Facebook and see what some of my high school buddies had for dinner last night. But I don't think it's a fair exchange for me to give Facebook all of my data, and it ends up in the hands of half the people in the Western Hemisphere.
What would you like to see? What form of regulation would make John Kennedy happy?
Well, the first thing I want to see, I want to hear three words from Mr. Zuckerberg. I'm on it. I understand the problem. Here's how I'm going to fix it, and I'll be back in 6 months to show you how I fixed it. We can start with the user agreement. It needs to be written in English, not Swahili. People need to understand what they're agreeing to if they go on Facebook. I think Facebook clearly needs to put in some guardrails on our data. I think Facebook should give people the opportunity to know what data Facebook has on them. I think people should be allowed to erase that data if they want to. On what I call the propagandist issue, we all know, Stuart, that poison is being spread on the internet. It's a violation of federal law for a foreign agent to go on Facebook and try to influence our elections. Now, how is Facebook's allowed that? How are they going to stop it?
But if you did all of the things that you're talking about, you would significantly restrict the profitability of Facebook, and that would affect its stock price, and that would affect its whole operation.
Not necessarily. I don't agree with that. I think that I think number one, Facebook's stock price is down right now because I think some Americans and some people in the world have lost confidence in them. I think Facebook can get that confidence back. But Mr. Zuckerberg, no disrespect, but for the past year, he hasn't exactly exhausted himself being forthcoming. I mean, we had one hearing on this, and he sent his lawyers and his $1,200 an hour lawyers in their $4,000 suits, and they were bright and they were articulate, and they didn't say a damn thing.
I knew that was coming, sir. I knew that was coming. How many people do you think really want fundamental change? Let me just explain that. I think that if you said to Facebook users worldwide, you want to stay as you are, no changes, just keep the ball rolling as is, I think 90, maybe 95% of those Facebook users would say, okay, leave it as is. What would you say?
I would say, I don't know the percentage, but I think probably the majority would, and that's okay. There are a lot of people that don't care, but there are more and more people who do care. And Facebook, it should bring us together. And in some respects it has. There's some wonderful things about Facebook, but there's some corrosive effects.
Yeah.
For example, I don't like it that when I go on Facebook, they just show me stuff that they think I'll agree with. I like to test my assumptions against the critics of others. I'd like to see other points of view.
That's why we always like you on the program, sir. Also, you are a soundbite machine, and I think you know it, but that's all good stuff, sir. Senator, come on, smile for me. You're a soundbite machine.
Hey, man, I'm smiling in my heart, Stuart.
Oh, there you go. Good line, sir. Senator John Kennedy, Republican,
Thanks,
Louisiana.
man.
Always a pleasure, and thank you, sir.
Same
We
here,
appreciate it.